the martyr in me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Stadium Rant proudly presents to you the most electrifying wrestling show in the world. And we're your hosts on the Bake Show, Shake and Bake. We got the Professor Nicholas Mullick, and we will be joined shortly by the Nard Dog, Bernard Green, as well. We are known as the Ringside Boys. This is Ringside Rant. John Cena's last chapter, it nears ever closer as the moments pass. As I'm speaking, we're getting closer to John Cena's retirement, and it makes me sad every word that comes out of my mouth, knowing that fact. We got a nice nod to John Cena's U.S. title open challenge out of Sami Zayn. Wonderful little match there, but boy, was it interrupted. We had a return that wasn't shocking, but the reaction out of the universe was not harmed at all. Everybody's so happy to see AJ Lee back in a WWE ring. We will have Worlds Collide predictions coming at you. That's going to be tomorrow night. Main event will be El Hijo Del Vikingo versus Dominik Mysterio for the AAA Mega Championship. That's going to be a good show to watch overall. We got an announcement for the next WrestleMania after Vegas Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, WrestleMania 40. Wow, WrestleMania 42. Anyway, WrestleMania 43 was announced, and we'll talk about that. A certain pair of twins may have reunited over the past week. In fact, they definitely did. The Usos are back in tag action. We'll be talking about that as well. But before, I usually ask the professor, and, if Nardog was here, I ask him how he's doing. But before I get into that, today is the 24th anniversary of 9/11. We're a wrestling show. We try to keep it about wrestling, stuff like that. But an infamous day in U.S. history. So many lives lost, so many people affected even to this day. Family members of people who died still affected and dealing with that loss. People who survived that are still dealing with health issues. Thoughts, prayers, love to anybody still dealing, with the ramifications of what happened 24 years ago. But yeah, not the point of tonight's show. I just did want to make a mention of it. It is a very important day in the history of this country, and it's not to be forgotten. But other than that, Professor, how you doing, man?
It's been a bit. I've been out for a week. I had to deal with a few things. But great words you said there. Every time I think of the 9/11 stuff, when you speak of pro wrestling, I always think of Zelina Vega. Her father died on that day as well. And I don't want to ignore this as well, but yesterday was just brutal as well with what happened in Utah, and I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss of words with that too. My thoughts and prayers go out to the Kirk family. It's just brutal what happened that day, and I'm still at a loss of words. That has to be said as well.
They're the victims of a shooting in Colorado as well. It's just a lot going on. A lot going on. Like I said, chat, not the point of the show, but Professor mentioned it, I mentioned it. It's just one of those things that's we do want to give our condolences, thoughts, prayers, whatever they may mean to somebody. But
I'll give another. I'll start with more bad news here. I'll give another thoughts and prayers too. Jerry Lawler, he is recovering from his third stroke.
Jesus.
I mean, the amount of health issues, like he's had heart issues. This is like his fourth stroke. Like the term I hate using, but like the guy has like 9 lives. Like the dude's like a cat, and he's still recovering from his stroke. Terrible.
Yeah, he's had a few recently. So, thoughts and prayers again out to the Lawler family. That's all tough to deal with. And I don't really imagine, why are we, this is fine for now. I'm just not even fighting the battle at this current moment. Bernard, what a joyous occasion you join us in on. Just going through the unfortunate news over the last couple of days, but headed into, the point of the show. I know everything's been really heavy in the real world, but we got some time to take your mind off of that. A little bit of about 54 minutes or so to let your hair down, relax, talk some wrestling. And when Bernard and I got off the show last week, it was right before SmackDown. We were kind of thinking, what might happen. We were kind of talking about some things that have happened the past week. And as I mentioned, Sami Zayn comes on out after John Cena, does his little promo saying, I'm getting towards the end of the rope here, the usual thing, thanking the crowd, all that good stuff. And Sami Zayn comes out, thanks John Cena, of course, because, Sami Zayn was a part of John Cena's open challenge for the U.S. title early on in his main roster career. And that was a really cool full circle moment for Sami. Match was really good. I enjoyed it. I'm glad that neither of them really had to lose that match. I mean, technically, I guess Sami Zayn lost. He still has the title because Brock came in and just F5'd everybody. He actually came in, knocked the referee over, so it might have been a no contest, I guess. Threw the referee out of the ring, F5 Sami Zayn, F5 John Cena. That's happening at Wrestlepalooza, and it was a cool little moment on SmackDown, which, had been kind of floundering at times, and I thought it was a really fun show. How do you guys feel about, not just the Cena Lesnar stuff, like we've seen the Lesnar F5, I guess, a million times, but how do you feel about the Sami and Cena match?
It was pretty solid. Sami Zayn getting in the ring with John Cena, one last time. Pretty much this probably is the last time he's going to be in the ring with him. But it was a pretty solid match. Right before Brock Lesnar came, he conquered everybody.
Yeah, I am glad they had Zayn give him as the U.S. champion. That makes me even wonder. That's probably why the reason they put the title on Zayn to begin with, so he could pay Cena back. That's probably because it felt sudden that they had Solo beat Jacob Fatu in that steel cage match, and I kind of feel like that was probably one of the main reasons why they made the change. But I do have one thing I gotta say. Like, I get why they're doing Cena versus Brock at WrestlePalooza, but can we please have Brock speak? I want to know the why. Like, I get the hype for this match, but I need to know the why for me to get fully hyped for it, because I can't have him every week just randomly attacking Cena for no reason. I don't care if it's because he's the beast and he wants to beat people up. I need a reason for it. I don't want it to feel random. But overall, I thought it was good. Nobody lost from there, in my opinion. They had to do it. No contest. I just wish that there was a reason that Brock is doing what he's doing.
Yeah, that does need to be explained 100%. And I think they are probably going to do something. I think, the bigger issue is getting Lesnar the appearances and stuff like that. It's he is back and forth on those. So, we'll probably get an announcement there. I did really enjoy the Cena Sami match. I'm glad Sami got to do that. I really am. I guess the other big thing that ended up happening on Friday Night SmackDown, AJ Lee returned. We all saw it coming a million miles away, but boy, was it so exciting that it was confirmed. Punk said, I'm showing up at Chicago. He has that backup there, and with Becky Lynch getting involved with the Seth Rollins things, it just adds a new layer of depth to it, because you start looking around like these two have been going back and forth for a long time now. What are we going to do to keep it interesting? This is a really fun way to do it, in my opinion.
Well, I got something to say about that. First of all, I forget to welcome back, Professor. We miss you and all the paintings, miss you and all that too. Yeah, there is stuff. But hey, I'm gonna be honest. First of all, I'm happy AJ Lee's back. Welcome back, AJ Lee. I think it brings even more star power to the women's division because it's needed. But I kind of didn't like the opening, promo from her on Monday Night Raw, and I'm gonna tell you why. Well, first of all, I like it, but I don't like it. You know, I first of all, I'm glad that she, had went to mental health. She said went to therapy. Hey, kudos to her, good for her. I say if anybody needs physical therapy or someone to talk to, please do it before you do something stupid. But kind of want to get at the AJ Lee to where she actually confronts, Becky Lynch about like, look, I want to see that promo and see that like, look, you attacked my husband where this ain't got nothing to do with you. This between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. And now you bring yourself into the mix, which means I have to bring myself into the mix. And, it's like now, we got some problems. It's like I want that type of confrontation from AJ Lee to Becky Lynch. If to my knowledge, you put your hands on my husband, now I gotta get you. It was all said and done. It was all you to take care of when it was Becky, not Becky, CM Punk and Seth Rollins. And she said, yeah, she was facing Drew McIntyre, everybody else. But he said when she's in the ring with Becky Lynch, then that's when, she starting, she said, basically she had a problem with that. But I just wish she would be more aggressive and confront Becky Lynch more about that, more so than, to me, rambling. Not the fact that she went and got cleaned up and got her mind cleaned up and all. But I say if she would come out of that with that firepower out of the gate, then I would have been more excited. That's my thoughts.
Well, the major problem with that was the big reason she got over during her main run was how unstable her character was. And just single-handedly changing that, that's not going to be an easy, quick fix for her to do.
Right.
First, even though I missed last week, I'm not shocked she returned. It was not an if but when. But it's clear she's taking that belt off of Becky. Because I don't
Not Bailey?
No, I think you got to have AJ take the belt off of her. I mean, I don't see who else you. I mean, it's clear Bailey's going to go after Lyra. That's the clear plan, and I don't see Bailey going after the main championship at all, or the Intercontinental belt. I think she's going to focus on Lyra first. But I mean, with AJ, it's clear she's going after that Intercontinental Championship belt. I think she beats Becky. To me, Becky shouldn't be Intercontinental Champion right now. It should be Lyra. I do not understand why she lost SummerSlam. And trust me, there's plenty more words I would like to use, but I don't want to get in trouble. But with this match, it's building a story that we all knew was going to happen. And I think AJ will be fine in the ring. Because many people forget when Punk was returning, AJ Lee helped him get into ring shape. So I think she'll be fine in the ring.
Yeah, she's looked good so far since she's been back. So I'm excited about the whole thing. It would be fun for her to take the belt off of Becky. I really do. I'm interested to see where the entirety of this whole thing goes. I really am. But I mean, that was really fun. The Usos reunited as well. Jay is kind of getting worked over, doesn't want to take it anymore, and kind of needs help. And Jimmy steps up and helps him against the Vision. Jay had to pull that old right-hand man main event Jey Uso type ish out and spearing LA Knight after he helped him. That was pretty funny in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, it's cool to see the Usos back again. They're going against Braun and Bronson. They're trying to beef up Wrestlepalooza quite a bit.
I think they're trying to beef up beyond Wrestlepalooza. I think they're trying to beef up come November in Survivor Series War Games. First of all, I like this. I like the Usos reunited. I like where this direction is going. My thought is, I don't think it's going to be enough to take down Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker at WrestlePalooza. I think somehow they got I think Braun Breaker and Bronson, they're going to get the win at WrestlePalooza. I could be wrong. I want to see the Usos winning, but like I said, this is based off storytelling and booking. But I'm happy they're in the ring. I'm looking forward to this match, and we'll see where it goes from here.
Honestly, 3 months too late. They should have been a tag team months ago. Because Jimmy's a lost soul. he is an absolute lost soul with how he's been. I don't know where Shake went. But point is, he's been a lost soul ever since like they broke up to begin with. I mean, they had a bad WrestleMania match between each other, and Jimmy, ever since that happened, hasn't been the same. I mean, he's been around, but he hasn't been as featured as Jay has. And I felt like they were kind of together when Jay took the belt off of Gunther, but then it was never mentioned again. And he was sent right back to, and then again, the brand split needs to go away. But to me, I think it's extremely important for Jimmy Uso to be helped out by helping his brother, because it makes sense. I mean, you can't take on Bronson and Braun. I mean, Roman's out to film his movie. He won't be back till probably War Games, the earliest. I don't know how long the filming is. But I think at Wrestlepalooza, you have the two of them face them. The Usos, if it was me, I hope they come out to their OG theme, not the one where they were like doing the Samoan dance, like the whatever it was. Their OG heel theme, I would love for them to come out to.
Right.
That would because I love that theme song, but I don't know what's going on with the CFO stuff. But Jimmy needs this more than Jay. Even though Jay, it's clear that they have no like clear direction for him except to like plug him into this Vision feud. But I think it's a benefit for both sides. And to be honest with you, if it's me, I kind of wish that like the Breaker and Bronson were tag champions, because the Raw tag team division has been absolutely awful. Like, I much prefer the SmackDown tag division. Trust me, there would be more words I would use here, but I don't want to get in trouble. But let me just say, if they had the tag belts, which I wanted Braun and Bronson to have, I think this would make this match mean more. Because not only are we going after Roman's honor, but we're going after gold too. And I kind of, I just feel like it was a missed opportunity, because look, I don't like what they're doing with the Judgment Day. Like, they're another lost soul too. The War Raiders, like I like them, but like they're not like someone I want to support behind. The New Day's been dead. Like, ever since that heel turn, it's been downhill from there. And I just wish that they had the tag team belts, but I don't know. Am I in the wrong here, Bernard?
Nah, I don't think you're in the wrong. It's like the Raw Women's, not Raw Women's. Dang, I said Raw Women's. The Raw division, the men's tag team division, it's stale. You got the Judgment Day. Let's start off with the champions. Like you said, the Judgment Day, they stale. It's like every blue moon, they're defending their titles. They're not defending it.
Yeah, they're either defending the titles or they're going to Worlds Collide or a Triple H.
Yeah, right. And I feel like if you're a champion of any kind, you need to be on TV and you need to be featured more, and you need to defend the titles at least every other 2 Mondays if you're on Raw. And same if you're on SmackDown or NXT or whatever. And then almost every pay-per-view, you defend them as well, because you are our tag team champion. And I'm not getting on the wrestlers. But see, the wrestlers could do what they only do what they ask. I'm getting on the WWE higher ups. You got these champions basically like in the back playing WWE 2K. You like you said, going to Worlds Collide or AAA, and like you're not properly using it. And it's like you gotta utilize your champions way more than you are right now.
Yeah, it's not only them too. Like, the Judgment Day should have been long broken up. They need to be broken up. It needs to come. But I think the worst booked champion, and by a country mile, is Julia with that Women's US. Julia has not worked out on the main roster. She
so far.
No, she has been a colossal. I just can't. I don't know what they're doing wrong with her. Like I'm a Julia fan. I like her work. I loved what she did in NXT. I just felt like, even though I think she wanted to rush to the main roster, I think they put her onto the main roster too early. And her reign's been a mess. She hasn't defended the title in God knows how long. And they tried pushing her manager, or whatever they're calling it, Kiana James, and they basically gave her the Giovanni Vinci treatment. Like, in her first match back, she's pinned in like 5 seconds.
7.
Same thing.
7.
Just,
yeah.
Yeah. But the booking hasn't really been that great, you know? And I just worry about Julia. Like, they got to take that belt off of her and start from scratch, because it's not working.
At least when they put the title on Chelsea Green, the inaugural U.S. champion, at least she made it, like, you know, interesting and entertaining. Some.
Yeah, they should have never. They should have
yeah.
never. They should have never taken that belt off of Chelsea Green. And look, I respect Selena Vega. I'm not a big fan of her work, but like, they should have never had Zelina beat her for this belt. I'm sorry. And ever since that happened, the U.S. belt's gone downhill. And we thought it would go up with Julia, and it's just not working. And I don't know what they do with her.
I don't know what to do with her or Kiana James. To be honest, okay, let me ask you this, and I'm gonna ask the chat and JC if he's watching. Do you think Kiana James can wrestle? Yes and no. And what do she need to work on? What she needs to improve? And what do WWE needs to do to help book her back?
Honestly, I think it's a mixture of things, because remember, she's coming off of injury. I think if I remember correctly, was it a torn? If you can look this up on Bing, if you can, but I remember she had like a very severe injury that took her out for a while. But with how she's been booked and handled, I mean, at least she's on TV being attached with Julia. I would not be shocked if she's on the cut list. If there's going to be one coming soon, because it's not looking great. And I got to tell you as well, I kind of feel for her in a way, because like, Kiana has talent, but I just feel like she's a little too green.
Yeah. I gotta say.
Yeah, it's. And can I ask you a question? Have you seen the latest episode of NXT?
But yes, I just watched this episode of NXT. Yes,
bro, I love how they're doing. Like, Joe Hendry's great, and it's a little cheesy, a little too comedic for my taste. But with every time they say his name, he just comes out and he appears.
Out of nowhere.
I think it's so funny.
Yeah.
Like,
heck yeah.
It really, like, I forgot. I don't remember if it was the last episode or 2 episodes where like there was the NXT logo. He just like jumps out of it, and he like there's a spotlight on him. It's great. It really is.
Yeah. It's like out of nowhere. It's like when I guess one of the guys from Starks, they say to him, "No, you're not calling out Joe Hendry." And right after he said Joe Hendry's name, his theme song hits, and he just came out of nowhere. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's crazy. I want to also say another thing too. I wasn't here last week. I want to give my thoughts on this. For Clash in Paris, Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella had a match. It was not a good match. Probably the worst on the show. During the I don't know if you talked about this last week. Nikki Bella got a lot of heat with Wade Barrett with something he said. And as the commentary team was getting shaked up, many people thought he got demoted for Nikki Bella's comments. I'm just glad they worked it out. And Wade Barrett's a respectable guy. I mean, I loved his work. And apparently, like, this was planned time off for him that was booked 9 months ahead. And he and Nikki Bella worked on it. I'm like, oh, cool. They worked on it. I wish we got more of this, you know? What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is just like, hey, people say things. People have voiced their opinions. Sometimes their opinions or whatever they say come across sometimes the wrong way. but really they don't mean no harm, and I'm glad they worked it out. But I still think that, as far as Wade Bear is concerned, I think that's maybe one of the reasons why he's either taking time off or WWE just, I guess, sent him home for right now. I guess so things cool down and all. But I'm glad Nikki Bella apologized, and I think she said she tried to talk to him, but Wade Barrett kind of like avoid her or something backstage or however that works and all. But hey, just kudos to Nikki Bella for being professional. Just say I apologize, and Wade Barrett, whatever he's doing, where he's at. Just I mean, I guess people say things, but they really take it out of context.
Yeah. By the way, do you know what the hell is going on with Stephanie Vicaire?
I heard, as far as Vicaire is dealing with a minor injury.
Yeah,
but she show up to NXT and she's gonna be
That's why I don't believe that report if it's a minor injury. And I've heard a report as well saying like she was taking time off to learn English, which I don't know if that's true or not. But I mean, it's clear that the plan for her. Yeah, that's the first I'm hearing that too. It was just being reported from certain wrestling platforms. But with Vicaire, it seems like ever since Naomi took time off because of her being with child, it seems like they're really lost with what to do with her because she was supposed to get this championship opportunity, and I think she's going to be facing Io on Wrestlepalooza, which is great. Just like I said, should happen, but it feels like they're a little lost with Vicaire. And let's be honest here, the only reason Rhea, Tiffany Stratton, and Stephanie Vicaire were there, which by the way doesn't even make any sense whatsoever why they're there at all.
Because NXT Homecoming.
But still, them together at once with Tiffany's ego, Rhea, it doesn't make sense. But the only reason why they were on that show was just to pop a rating, to beat Dynamite in the ratings. That's the only reason why I think they did that. But with going back with Vicaire, definitely feels like they're a little lost with her. And I think they made a big mistake having her win that Battle Royal at Evolution too.
Oh. Yeah, whatever it is that they're doing or what they're scrambling their minds about, I guess I suggest they do it quick. From what I was reading, like in the past, few weeks or months from a month ago, is that they're supposed to give Vicaire this push by the end of this year. Well, basically, we at the end of the year now. We in the 9th month of the year. We only got October, November, December. So if this push she was talking about, with Vicaire, I say now or no later next month would be the right time. But unfortunately, like you said, with a minor injury that she's dealing with, so it's more likely that Io is going to pick up the victory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which she should win. She should win that match. And like I said, have her win that match, go to Perth, and have Rhea take that belt. That would be perfect. Have Rhea finally beat Io in her home country.
Yeah.
And let me just say another thing too. We're going to get to some other news that I've seen. Braun Strowman. Many of you guys know that Braun Strowman was released due to was it the last big wave of budget cuts or the second to last? I think it was the last budget cuts that we had, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So Braun Strowman has been out. He hasn't really been booked much. And many were wondering what was going on with him. Apparently, he basically has a broken wrist. And I mean, that guy can't catch a break with injuries, man. I mean, his knee, like I said, his knees are knackered. Like when you rewatch his last few matches as a WWE superstar, he could barely move around. Like watching him run around a ring like he normally would, it was sad. It really was because I know he had like a quad issue and like his knees are in deep trouble, but him having this wrist injury just sucks. And it's clear he can't be booked. because of the injury. And it also doesn't. I've heard a rumor too that apparently like Braun Strowman upped his price for independent dates and hasn't gotten booked as much as many would think because he's got the WWE tag. So you got that. Knees are knackered, and now your wrist is broken.
Wow.
Can't make it up. What are your thoughts on that, Bernard?
Braun Strowman. Yeah, it's time to. It's too many Brauns. It's 50,000 of them. But I think he needs to go ahead and hang it up in order to save his knees and his health and all. I think he needs to go ahead and hang it up. I think he accomplished good things in the WWE. Just wait for your name to be caught up to go in the Hall of Fame. But I think it's up because number one, the reason why his knees is knackered like that because number one, he's so damn heavy. I think he's like what 385, 370
around
something.
there, and he's a tall guy too. And when
that's another thing.
And when you're a tall guy with bad knees, it's never a good thing at all.
Right.
I mean, we see it with basketball players, like with their knee injuries. Like, I'll give you an example. Kemba Walker, who I desperately love. He's one of my favorite Charlotte Hornet players of all time. His knees got knackered too. And ever since he left Charlotte and joined Boston that one year, he never was the same player. And there's constant examples of these taller guys. And I'll give you another example in WWE back in the day. Giant Gonzalez, who wrestled The Undertaker at WrestleMania 9. You could tell his knees were knackered when he was like stepping up the steel steps. Like when you're on bad knees and you're moving around that way, it's tough. And it's sad too.
It is.
And I don't know what he's going to be doing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
While he heals up. And the photo of that wrist injury, because I think he shared the x-rays, is just, that made me hurt. Like it's bad. Hey, let's get into some good news. A little bit of AEW news. MJF got married to his longtime love, Alicia Toot, which is awesome. I mean, they've been together for a few years now, and I just wanted to take some time on the podcast to wish them congratulations on finally being a married man and a married woman. And I wish them the best in their relationship. And you can already know the heel and the face comments and the promo battles he'll have with MJF. That's easy content.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. It sure is. Congratulations to them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm happy with them. I do have to ask you though, and I've always wondered about this. I can't believe Tyler Breeze returned to NXT last. I won't know if that's a one-off or a permanent thing.
Well, I don't know what it is. We have to see because next week on NXT Homecoming show, he's in a match with Ethan Page for the North American Championship.
Yep. I did. So I don't know if it's a one-time thing or not, but I mean, I loved Tyler Breeze in NXT. Like one of my favorite NXT matches was his match against Jushin Thunder Liger. If you haven't watched that match, go watch it. It's amazing. And I think Tyler Breeze is one of the biggest missed opportunities when it comes to NXT wrestlers going into the main roster. So I don't know. I'm just glad he's back, and he's clearly in good standings with WWE, especially with their gaming channel as well. Him and Xavier are big on there.
Yeah, and up, down, down.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it. WrestleMania 43. It's being rumored. I don't know if it's confirmed yet.
Yes, it is.
It is confirmed. Okay.
It is. Yep.
Yes. You want to say it together, Bernard?
Sweet
Saudi money. Yep. WWE's got some sweet Saudi money coming their way because WrestleMania 43 is taking place in Saudi Arabia. And to be honest, are you really that shocked?
It was bound to happen. I mean, think about it. When they first started doing shows, the greatest Royal Rumble. Let's go back. I think a few years back.
That was the one where Braun. Yeah. That was the one Braun Strowman won with that ugly green belt.
Yeah, yeah. So it was bound to happen. I mean, it's just a matter of when. And being at with them getting Royal Rumble. Wait a minute. So Royal Rumble is going to be in Saudi Arabia this upcoming January,
Yes,
right, or February.
correct.
And okay,
Correct.
so the year after, okay, so the year after next year, then that's what it be in WrestleMania, being Saudi Arabia and WrestleMania. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, it was bound to happen. With WWE, and may as well say the Hall of Fame is going to happen there too. Um, so yeah, I guess you don't have props to Saudi Arabia. So far it's like whatever shows they do over there, it draws numbers, it draws viewers. And plus I heard that they're gonna bring legends and Hall of Famers there too for appearances and to perform in the ring at Saudi Arabia. So I got thinking who could bring probably what Stone Cold, maybe the Undertaker, The Rock. Um, who else? Other legends maybe too. I like APA, especially Ron Simmons.
Yeah, I like Ron Simmons. JBL's a different story. You know my thoughts on JBL, the person, with his bullying scandals, but I love Ron Simmons. It depends who wants to go there and who knows where we'll be at that time. I mean, like I said, it's been a chaotic few days in America, but
Yeah,
who knows what happens at that time. But to me, I think if you're going to do the Hall of Fame match retirees, like you're going to retire matches, you know who I would put to retire at Saudi Arabia match wise? I would do Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3 at that show.
yeah. So the
To
Hall of
retire.
Fame, I guess. Yeah,
Yes,
to
for
retire that.
matches.
Yeah,
Next, you know what I would do? Next, this upcoming Hall of Fame, if you're going to do a match retiring, I would have Rock and Hogan, that match be retired there. Because A, you'll get The Rock to show up, and B, you'll get to honor Hulk Hogan there, because that's one of Hogan's best matches of all time. It was Hulk Hogan versus The Rock.
right.
Which
Well, I
was
say
tremendous.
that was a phenomenal. That was a phenomenal match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could do, because remember years ago, you could also do Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warriors match being retired at the Hall of Fame for sweet Saudi money, because years ago when the Greatest Royal Rumble was a thing, the Saudi prince wanted Yokozuna and Ultimate Warrior to be a part of the Greatest Royal Rumble. Problem with that is they're both dead.
Yeah.
So that's why in the Greatest Royal Rumble, where you got that Hiroki Sumi guy, who had like the Japanese sumo guy, I don't even know who he is. The reason why he was there was because they wanted Yokozuna, and Yokozuna obviously has been dead for like 20 years, I think, at that point. So, wait a minute, was it 20 years? No, it was like 15 years. No. It was either 20 or 50 years. I can't remember. But point is, at that point, it'll be interesting to see how they handle the Hall of Fame there. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll happen a little earlier if they don't want the Hall of Famers to go to Saudi Arabia. It'll be interesting to see how things gets handled there. It's really interesting. It really is interesting how they're gonna handle it, and they gotta do damage control too if like things go bad. Like I said, things can change, and if one quick thing happens in Saudi Arabia, they gotta have a plan B. And imagine if their plan B is Las Vegas 3. No.
Oh no, no,
Oh
no,
no.
no
Oh
more,
God.
no more. After this, no more. My, no. My thing is just okay. They got WrestleMania and Royal Rumble at Saudi Arabia. Now, if they're doing shows there in Saudi Arabia, then they got to have a WrestleMania in London. They have to now.
I agree. I mean,
They have to.
The SummerSlam they had in London, which fascinating fact, that SummerSlam was taped. So if they were to do, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, SummerSlam 1992 was taped. Wow. Because it was an international show, and they had to be very cautious with spoilers getting out, and luckily it didn't. And that was the main event where British Bulldog and Bret Hart had their amazing SummerSlam match, which, oh, by the way, I don't know if you know, I'm going to give you a little bit of my historical thing on this. Did you know that during that match, the British Bulldog was pilled out of his mind high on coke, went on like a bender the night before, and forgot all of his spots in the match? You didn't know that?
Dang, I didn't even know that. No.
Basically, Bret Hart had to call the match himself because Davey Boy Smith was so messed up on pills. And this goes to show how amazing Bret Hart is. And just, you could tell, like, rewatching that match, there was a lot of rest spots, like headlocks. It's because Bret was telling Davey where to be, what move to hit next. And I mean, if it wasn't for Bret Hart, that main event would have been a mess. And I remember at the end when British Bulldog won, Bret's sister, Diane, I think it was, who was married to British Bulldog at the time, ran into the ring and hugged Bret first. That was because she wanted to thank him for carrying Davey through that match because of how messed up he was on drugs. And I mean, I thank Bret Hart for that match for giving us the peak of Davey Boy Smith's career.
Wow.
All right, I'm sorry. That was a little bit of some story time that I wanted to give.
My thing is, I want to get on something. I'm gonna do a little green room segment. Not too much, not too far.
Hold on. What did you just say?
A green room segment.
What? Say that one more time.
Green room segment.
Get mine out from the green room. Just trying to rake in that profit. Be a bona fide hustler, college figure. Yeah, you know. Calm me up. A retro officiant.
Take it away, Bernard.
All right, so nothing short. Green room segment. So my green room segment is today's topic on a former wrestler. She, you know her as a UFC legend, Ronda Rousey. I think she's been on a podcast or whatever she's been at, and she been ranting and raving how she would not return to WWE. She would not return to WWE because of the fact that all her friends got released. She's upset with certain people inside the company that work for the company and such and so on. So here's my overall take of Ronda Rousey. First of all, Ronda Rousey is a phenomenal talent, one of the greatest UFC women's fighters in UFC history. So let's not forget that. And she's done accomplish some things in WWE too. But my thought is, and I think I see why Becky Lynch despised her in some way, is because of the fact that you disrespect the company, let alone you come into the company and you feel you disrespect the company as well, and I guess everybody around her too. My thought is that I don't think she, has respect for the company since the moment she arrived in WWE. Now that I look at it all the way, I looked at it, I keep thinking about it, and then it's like what Booker T said and Sarah Marshall said. Basically, it's like she came in WWE and basically slapped everyone in the face by her disrespectful comments and disrespectful things that she says, do whatever. Like she didn't really care about the business. And my thing is that when you don't respect something, you don't even need to give it no attention, let alone go near it. And if Ronda, if you didn't like WWE like that, or WWE wasn't really, what your eyes was anticipated, then you should automatically walk away and tell Stephanie, Kurt Angle, Triple H at the time, thank you guys, but it's not for me. I mean, but instead you stayed, but yet you disrespect the company where pretty much you better off of just leaving the whole company alone. So my thing is that, again, more of the story to everyone, if you don't have respect for something, you need to pay it no attention, let alone go near it. And that is my green room segment. And Nicholas, chat if you're there, and JC and Shape if you're still listening. But Nicholas, what are your thoughts on Ronda Rousey's comments and what Booker T said about Ronda Rousey basically slapped WWE face by being disrespectful by the company. Your
Well,
thoughts?
the thing with Booker T is he is a WWE yes man. He is still working with them, so he's obviously going to be the stooge in this situation. Ronda Rousey, I don't blame her in a way because I think she's a great wrestler. Is she phenomenal? No, I think she's great. But to me, like everyone thinks she's the reason for the rise of the man, which I agree, Becky Lynch. But I think my favorite because the match was Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda.
Ronda.
It was a good match. The buildup was terrible, but I thought it was a good match until the ending that got botched. To me, my favorite match was Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. That was the best match he had. And on I can't use these words or else I'm going to get in trouble, but I'm going to do it anyways. WrestleMania 34 was awful. That was the only good thing on that show, was Ronda Rousey. The only good thing. And I kind of also think, she clearly does not like Vince. She clearly does not like Bruce Pritchard, who should not have a job in WWE, but he has one because he knows where the bodies are buried. That is why Bruce Pritchard's still there. And there's plenty of stories of Vince and Bruce. I don't blame her in a way for reacting like that. And with her friends going away, the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 UFC fighters, that never came to be. And that sucked. And the thing with Ronda too is I don't even think she needs to continue to wrestle anymore. She's one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. She probably has enough money to live the rest of her life out, and whatever she wants to do with her life, I'm fine with. And I think there's more of a chance she returns in Ring of Honor or AEW than it is in WWE, because Marina Shafir is a part of the Death Riders angle. I don't know what's going on with Shayna Baszler. Last I heard was she was working a producer role with WWE, but I don't know if that's permanent. Again, I'm not 100% with that, but if they pick her up, I could see Ronda returning. But Ronda did have a few Ring of Honor matches, and if she does return, I think it's more likely she returns there and not WWE.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I understand that nature. But I mean, I don't know what it is, but it's something about Ronda that rubs Becky Lynch, probably Natalya, Nia, and other women's wrestlers. There's something about her that rubs the wrong way.
One word. I got one word for that. Jealousy. Jealousy, because she is one of the most known female fighters on the planet. And I think there is definitely a hint of jealousy when it comes to Ronda.
Oh, no doubt. I see that. Yeah. But I think to my knowledge, and like I said, I just going off the energy, or what's been being, up in the air when it comes down to Ronda and WWE. Yes, I know the Bruce. Yeah. Clearly, she doesn't like those 2 people you mentioned. But people think that Ronda Rousey came into that business, because the fact that it's not. I guess she thinks that wrestling is fake. And she coming from, here you are, you coming from a world to where you fighting for real, and you getting swollen, you getting bloody up, you getting knocked out and stuff like that, where she feels like in WWE, I don't know, this might what she feels like, where in WWE world, you can't even do nearly half those things because you would get in trouble, because it's calling protecting their investment. Look at Brock Lesnar. He did both worlds. He did some of the things he wanted to do,
and he got in trouble for some of the things he did, including his
really?
hiatus. Yeah, his hiatus
wow.
from the company. Remember him being involved in that traffic lawsuit?
Oh,
it was
yeah,
mentioned 17 times.
Yeah, that I remember. But who knows? I mean, whatever it is that she's doing, and whatever it is Ronda Rousey, planning to do in the new future, I say good luck with her future endeavors. Like I said, she's still the baddest woman on the planet. She's the best UFC fighter, in my opinion. And then we just see where it goes, and on to the next thing. So, what are your thoughts on the Oscar, Kyrie, Io, Rhea Ripley, now Nikki Bella segment?
Honestly, like, it's clear eventually that Asuka's turning heel. Their
He's already
segment,
is.
well, she's kind of a tweener right now. I don't know if she's a full-fledged heel, but she's kind of like a tweener, half face, half heel, if you know where I'm going here.
Right.
But Nikki Bella has not had a good return to WWE. I mean, she had the Royal Rumble match, which was great, but her match with Becky Lynch was not good at Clash of Paris. What the hell was that kick that she was trying to give to Becky? You saw that at Becky? Like, she was
Yes.
giving like a
Yes.
kick, and like her putting Becky's head to the announcer's table. That was awful.
Right.
I'm sorry. I just can't get behind Nikki Bella. I'm glad she's back doing what she wants to do full time. It's just it's not working for me. And I never really was a big fan of the Bella twins. I mean, I prefer Nikki Bella over Brie Bella in the ring, but I just don't think you could get away with being average. Like, no offense to Nikki, I don't think you could get away with being average. You know?
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I feel you.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know where Shake is, to be honest with you. We're just going to get into the Worlds Collide predictions, and Worlds Collide's happening Friday after SmackDown. Weird timing.
Wow, 10 o'clock, right? Right after SmackDown.
Yeah, weird timing.
Right.
Like, I'm a little surprised they didn't want to do it like Saturday or Sunday.
Well, it's football. It's football season.
No, like early. Maybe that could be a reason why. Like early in the day, or like as an afternoon show. You know where I'm going here, but
Yeah.
this feels like weird timing to do it after SmackDown. But whatever. There's a total of 6 matches on this show. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm reading a lot of these matches, and they're just the same matches that we just keep seeing. Can we get something different? I mean, look, I'm trying to choose my words very carefully here, but like, it's the same freaking matches. It really is. Like, you have like the Judgment Day on the show again. I mean, yes, you now have Ethan Page and Jade in a match, but you having Dragon Lee and Wagner and McDonough in separate matches as well, and a Natalia match on there. So, like, there's too many matches that you're copying and you're pasting, and we're just gonna go through it. Let's start for the Lucha Showcase 8-man tag match. You have La Parca, Mascarita Cigares, Nino Hamburguesa, and Octagon Jr. versus the Latino World Order. Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, Lince Dorado, and Mini Abisimo Negro. I'm going to go with Octagon's group because it's clear WWE is high on Octagon, but I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I got Octagon and Hamburguesa. That I have them winning.
Yeah, and next up, we have El Hijo de Dr. Ragnar versus Dragon Lee versus Ethan Page. Finally, someone new on these shows versus JD McDonough for the AAA Latin American Championship. I don't see Ethan winning or taking the pin here. I don't think JD McDonough needs the belt. And for Dragon Lee, I mean, he's great wrestler. I just think, like, if you keep it on El Hijo del Dr. Wagner, that's the right play.
Yeah, Dr. Wagner is the right place. So I'm going with him as well.
Okay. Mixed tag match. Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez versus Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana. Do we really have to see... like, are we going to get the puppet show again?
Yeah, that's what it seems like it. I
like,
say
look, I
Lola,
liked it. I liked the puppet show stuff, but like, I don't want to see a whole match of it again. Like
Yeah,
one time's fine, but not twice.
right. Well, I say this here. If Lola Vice is possibly taking the title off of JC Jane, then they're gonna have to lose this match again.
Exactly.
So they're gonna have to move this match again. But see, I find it hard to vision that. Sorry, Seth and Becky. I having a hard time vision that to actually happen. So it seems like I'm gonna go with Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice. I mean, I want Lola Vice to be champion, but I don't think they're gonna take the title off of JC Jane. I still think it's gonna be Jada Parker's gonna do it, or somebody else gonna do it. But like I said, if you go with Lola Vice to take the title off of JC Jane, then Roxanne and Finn Balor probably gonna win this match. But I find it hard to believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with that, especially as you believe that Miss Jada Uso is going to take the NXT Women's Championship belt off of her, and I mean I could see that if Jada Uso is going to, make it.
Jada Uso. Yeah. That's the second time I see a video surface between them two. But that's
The wrestling. That's the wrestling business. Like I've lost track how many times people cheat on each other's spouses or girlfriends or whatever. As for my prediction, I'm gonna go Judgment Day, Balor and Perez.
Yeah.
Would it shock me if they lose the match? No, but I'm gonna go with them. Next up, we have Fabi Apache versus Natalia. This is for the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship, number one contender. I think they're going to give it to Natalia.
You think so?
Because why not?
Yeah. I mean, she's not doing anything else. All she's doing is dressing up in cowgirl stuff with Maxine Dupree backstage.
Yeah. Weren't they supposed to get a push in the women's tag division?
That's my first time hearing about that.
Well, to be honest, good, because Maxine sucks. But again, I should have chose my words perfect there, and it looks like I'm going to get fined now. But I'm sorry. I hope Natty Neidhart's there, not Natalia Catwoman gimmick. I want Natty Neidhart, the blood sport character, in this match. Yeah, because I think her challenging for the AAA championship because she's a big name.
Yeah.
All right, next up for the AAA World Tag Team Championships, we have Pagano and Psycho Clown versus the New Day.
Legado and Psycho Clown winning.
No, Psycho Clown and Pagano, not Legado.
Oh, Psycho Clown and Pagano.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
I just can't buy the New Day with their gimmick. Like, ever since Odyssey Jones's fall from grace and whatever the hell happened from there, they've never been the same. Because they had something with this heel turn, and it just never got followed up upon perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. It just seems it's not right. It's just something doesn't feel right. And also, I think they've been off since when Big E got injured.
Yes, 100% agree with you.
Yeah, so I mean, really, so that goes to tell me right there who was really kind of the backbone, well, mostly of the backbone of that group, which is Big E, in my opinion.
Yep. And I hope one day Big E returns, but with neck injuries, I don't know. I really don't.
Right.
Then again, AJ Lee just returned from her neck injury, so. All right, final match for the AAA Mega Championship. We have El Hijo Del Vikingo versus Dominik Mysterio.
Man,
I'm looking forward. I
am
am looking forward to this match because I love these both two as wrestlers. And
right.
I went back and forth. I want Dominik to win, but I would have felt more confident with Dominik if he lost the Intercontinental Championship to AJ Styles in Paris. And I don't understand why they didn't put the belt on AJ that on Raw. I don't get that. Like, that was the perfect time to do it. I'm gonna side with El Hijo Del Vikingo because I feel like it would be they want to make him the face of AAA, even though like he's getting booed like crazy everywhere. And I think a big reason why they moved the show to Vegas was so he could get more cheered. Would it shock me if Dominik won the belt and like showcased it in on Raw? No, but I'm gonna go with my gut. I'll go with El Hijo Del Vikingo.
Okay. 1-1.
Yep.
So I got, like I said, I won't be surprised if Delvin Kingo wins, but something tell me Dom is somehow is walking out there with 2 titles, man.
If he does, he deserves it because Dominik's great. He really is great. And he's so over in Mexico too. And I mean, this show's in the United States, but he's over in Mexico.
Right.
Yep. So that is the Worlds Collide show in Las Vegas. Those are our predictions. My question is, do you agree? If not, message us in the comments section. This was a show. I'm glad I got to return for this. Hope everyone's having a good day. If you want to follow us, our Twitter handles are down below right here. I don't know if I'm pointing in the right direction or not. I don't know. Bernard, you know more than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, good show. I enjoyed everything that we talked about. Hope everyone enjoyed. And if you are not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Say it, Bernard.
Acknowledge us.
The martyr in me.